Hi class, my name is Sherelle Hadrick and I will be discussing case study 4.1, vegan dietary patterns during pregnancy. According to Brown and Lechenberg, nitrogen and protein are needed in increased amounts during pregnancy for synthesis of new maternal and fetal tissues. Ms. Letterman's mindful eating of complete proteins through grains and bean combinations has allowed her to meet the recommended intake of 71 grams of protein per day. Based on the information presented, Ms. Letterman's intake of the nutrients alpha-linolenic acid, vitamin B12, and vitamin D are below the dietary reference intake standard for pregnancy. The recommended intake of alpha-linolenic acid is 1.4 grams per day. Ms. Letterman's current intake is 0.54 grams per day. Derivatives of alpha-linolenic acid, EPA, and DHA serve as a structural component of cell membranes in the central nervous system. Studies show that infants born to mothers receiving adequate intakes of alpha-linolenic acid tend to have higher intelligence levels, better vision, and more mature CNS function than those born to mothers with a deficient consumption. Ms. Letterman's vitamin D intake of 3 micrograms per day is much lower than the recommended intake of 15 micrograms per day. This is less than surprising considering her vegan diet and consistent use of sunblock, two risk factors for vitamin D inadequacy. Vitamin D is a key nutrient supporting fetal growth, the addition of calcium to fetal bone, and the formation of teeth and enamel. Infants born to vitamin D deficient mothers are at a higher risk for hypocalcemia, low birth weight, compromised bone development, and a likelihood of developing dental caries in childhood. Lastly, Ms. Letterman's vitamin B12 intake of 2.1 micrograms per day is below the recommended intake of 2.6 micrograms per day. This increases her child's risk of developing malformations of the brain and spinal cord, called neural tube defects, resulting from the lack of support to the baby's central nervous system that vitamin B12 provides. Women are usually encouraged to eat low-mercury fish and seafood to meet their alpha-linolenic acid needs. However, Ms. Letterman's vegan diet requires alternative recommendations. She can still consume the recommended intake of 1.4 grams per day by drinking DHA-fortified fruit juice, with 1 cup containing 32 milligrams of alpha-linolenic acid, as well as eating foods such as flaxseed and green leafy vegetables like spinach. To meet the requirements of vitamin D intake, Ms. Letterman can drink rice green, a plant-based drink containing 5 micrograms per cup of vitamin D, or soy milk containing 3 micrograms of vitamin D per cup. She can also eat breakfast cereals that are fully fortified, averaging 2.5 micrograms of vitamin D per cup. Lastly, Ms. Letterman's vitamin B12 intake needs can be met by eating nutritional yeast, with 2 tablespoons having 7.8 micrograms of B12, fully fortified breakfast cereals with 1 cup containing 6 micrograms of B12, and soy milk with 2.6 micrograms of B12 per cup. This concludes my case study analysis. Thank you.